Hello everyone, my name is Chip, and today we're playing a deck that Rebus 8 took to a 5-0 finish in a modern league, so congratulations Rebus 8. Now, the deck is a red-white boom-bust deck. The aim of the deck is to blow up our opponent's lands. So, let's get on with the list. We are running 12, that's right, 12 land destruction spells, or effects really. We've got 4 Cleansing Wildfire, 4 Boom Bust, and 4 Ghost Quarter. To help make our land destruction spells a little better, we're running 4 Leonin Arbiter, prevents our opponent searching, so our Ghost Quarters and Cleansing Wildfires become Strip Mines. We're running 4 Flagstones of Chakir, which we can use to search up a replacement land when we blow up our own land with Boom Bust. Means we're always a mana ahead of our opponent. And 4 Simian Spirit Guide lets us ramp out our land destruction, lets us ramp out our Leonin Arbiter. Some decks honestly will scoop to a turn 1 Leonin Arbiter. They just have a handful of fetches and they can't play Magic anymore. To help protect ourselves and our creatures, we've got 4 Judge's Familiar, 4 Giver of Runes, and 2 Path to Exile, just to help remove anything that might be in the way of us attacking with our little dudes. And then to help us close out the game, because blowing up your opponent's lands are nice, but you do need a way to close out the game. So we're running 3 Goblin Rabblemaster. If left unchecked, it can get out of control very quickly, and we can be getting in with an army of goblins. We're also running 4 Luminarch Aspirant. This is a new one. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So Luminarch Aspirant by itself, by the time it's ready to attack, can be a 3/3, but we can distribute the counters anywhere. We can put them on a flying Judge's Familiar. We can get Leonin Arbiter out of bolt range. It's a very flexible creature. And sometimes you just need to bolt someone in the face. So we're running 4 Lightning Bolt just to help us finish the job. For our non-basic lands, we are running 4 Inspiring Vantage, 4 Sacred Foundry, and 4 Sunbaked Canyon. And then to wrap it up, we're running 3 basic planes. For sideboard, we've got a massive protection package, mostly targeted against red, with 2 Burrington Forge Tender, 2 Core Firewalker, and 4 Uriuk Champion. So we're able to prevent damage from red spells, block red creatures for days, and then we're also able to gain life. So I'm guessing this deck has a really hard time against burn style decks. We're also running 1 Eidolon of Rhetoric just to stop prowess style decks and Storm, 2 Stony Silence, shut down our opponent's artifacts, artifact lands if they have any, or mana rocks if they're planning on using those to get around our Ghost Quarters, a Singleton Rest in Peace in case we come up against graveyard matchups where exiling the graveyard all at once is really good, and then we're also running 3 Ravenous Trap. Now Ravenous Trap is a trap card, so if an opponent had 3 or more cards put into their graveyard from anywhere this turn, you can pay 0 instead of paying its mana cost, and you exile all cards from their graveyard. This is a bit more of a gotcha card. I don't know if it's the best graveyard hate we've got at the moment, but it definitely feels good, especially against like an Oops All Spell style deck. Maybe they go off before you get to your Rest in Peace, or because you've been blowing up lands, you haven't got enough mana on board to play your Rest in Peace. You're able to just play this for 0 and just exile the graveyard. It's no hassle. You don't have to have a permanent down. You're not shutting down your own graveyard hate with Stony Silence. So I'm interested to see how it works. And that's the deck. I'm very happy that I get to play with Leonin Arbiter outside of my Monday Taxes videos, and I'm hoping we do alright blowing up our opponent's lands. It always seems like a fun strategy. So before we get started, just want to let you know that I release a video every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and if you enjoy these videos, if you leave a like, it lets me know that this is more of the content you'd like to see. And if you really like these videos, by all means, show them to a friend. Alright, that's enough talk. Let's get on with some games. Alrighty, we lose the die roll. As much as I love this hand, I don't think we can keep it. This one we can though. We'll put planes back. Opponent leads on a Wooded Foothills. Doesn't crack it. Okay. Well, we'll lead on a Sunbaked Canyon and pass. Opponent cracks the Wooded Foothills in our end step. For an Overgrown Tomb tap. They play a Swamp. Run out a Dark Confidant. Okay. They pass to us. Got an Inspiring Vantage. Going to Cleansing Wildfire now. Limit their options. Hopefully we draw into something good. Judge's Familiar. Okay. Pass it there. Tarmogoyf enters the revealed zone. The Inquisition of Kozilek us. Yep. They take our Judge's Familiar. They crack the Bloodstained Mire. Get a Stomping Ground. Untapped. They're down to 14. They run out a 3/4 Tarmogoyf. They get in for 2. We take it down to 17. And they pass the turn. Draw on the Arbiter. Let's go. Run out the Arbiter. Play Ghost Quarter. Take him off green again. Pass it there. Colligan's Command gets revealed. Oh, they've got the Nurturing Peatland. So that's green mana. They get in. Now the question is, do we block the Dark Confidant? Don't think we do. They're getting cards, but they're losing life. So hopefully we draw some more land destruction. Clothis. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Draw a Giver of Runes. Well, we'll play Flagstones. is we'll run out Giver. We're going to exile a Simian to cast a Simian. I think we're going to go aggro, start swinging in with the Leonin Arbiter. This negates the life gain from Klothys. Oh, they hit a Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, they're down to 5. Klothys going to take them back to 7. Ours down to 8. They play a Blood Crypt. Untapped, they're down to 5. They're swinging in. I think we're going to block the Goyf here. Down to 6. We got the Kolaghan's Command and Klothys, so we're very close to dead. Sacred Foundry, not a huge help, so we're going to draw a card. Judge's Familiar. Look, it's not the best, but I'll take it. Oh, damn, we've blown up our own land. Oh, well. We're going to keep the untapped one. We're not going to search. Run out Judge's Familiar. Yeah, we should have just played the Sacred Foundry tapped there. That's my bad. Okay. Kolaghan's Command makes us discard a card, blows up our Arbiter. Okay. And they've got the Bolt for the Giver of Runes. Okay. Well, there's no more Kolaghan's Command. So we've got the Judge's Familiar. So, I mean, there is the possibility they're just dead to their Bob. Let's see how that plays out. Nope, they reveal a land. Okay. Yep, they shoot us. We're down to 4. They're all the way up to 6. So if they've got removal, they win. Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay. Discard 2, draw 2. They discard a Seasoned Pyromancer and a Scavenging Ooze. At this point, we're just playing for information, because unless we can kill them next turn, we are dead. Alright, they swing in. Block the Tarmogoyf. What do we draw? Lightning Bolt. Okay. We'll stop on their upkeep. What do they reveal? Hey, did we do it? No. Please, don't tell me they have something. Did we do it? Did we get them? Yes! I'm going to bring in all of the Uric champions. I'm bringing a Rest in Peace. Ravenous Trap? Is Ravenous Trap worth it? So what can we bring in? So let's go down the Judge's Familiars. They're good, but I don't think they're good enough. I'm going to trim one Cleansing Wildfire. I don't want to trim it, but I need one more card gone. I think it is the worst one in this matchup. Simian Spirit Guide's really good in our opening hand. We want a couple of them. Do we value that more than Cleansing Wildfire? How many basics could they possibly be running? And Cleansing Wildfire cycles? We'll go down one Simian. There we go. I've convinced myself. They're going to hand hate us to Oblivion. Is a handful of lands where we want to be. Got the Uric champion though. That's really hard for them to deal with. Yeah, they're Jund. I don't want a mulligan. Even though it's all lands, I don't want a mulligan. Wooded Foothills. No turn 1 hand hate. Okay. Another land. Okay, exactly what I wanted, I guess. Well, we'll play an Inspiring Advantage and pass it there. I mean, at least Sunbaked Canyon can cycle itself later. Alright, they crack the Wooded Foothills. Get a Blood Crypt. Tapped. Pass it to them. They play a Bloodstained Mire. They crack it. Get Novagrown Tomb. Untap. Run out of Tarmogoyf. Okay. They pass to us. Well, we're just going to bolt it. They pass to us. Luminarch Aspirant 2. Well, we're going to lead on Uric Champion, and then hopefully we can start putting some counters on it with the Aspirant. Ooh, they play a tap land. A Collective Brutality. Just one mode. Well, that's going to whiff, but they do see we have a handful of lands. Another Uric Champion. Oh, do I play that or the Aspirant? All right, either way, Sacred Foundry comes in tapped. I'm going to run out the Aspirant, gain a life, put a counter on the champion, start getting in. They play a Forest. Seasoned Pyromancer. We gain a life. They discard a Nurturing Peatland and an Ashiok, so we gain one more life, they get a token, and they pass to us. I'm going to play Ghost Quarter. I'm just going to crack it now to draw a card. Another land. Wow, okay. Go to combat, attempt to put counters on the Uric champion. That worked. All right, time to start getting in again. All right, gonna run out the other one. And a bit of a buffer to our life total, pumping our dudes. Things seem to be going well. Yep, they're gonna kill the Aspirant. Hopefully the damage is already done. Play a Nurturing Peatland. All right, they pass the turn. Ooh, I like that a lot. Well, Sunbaked Canyon, sack it to draw a card. Lightning Bolt as well, okay. Well, we're just gonna run out another Uric champion. Go to combat. I mean, yeah, let's just keep getting in. All right, they're down to 9. They sack the Peatland to draw. Bloodbraid Elf, yeah. What does it cascade into? A Renin 6, okay. That gives them a draw engine, but we can still attack in and we're still gaining a lot of life. All right, they deal 1 damage to us. I guess that's just the principle of it. And they're swinging in. All right, they're going for the race. We draw another land. Well, Sunbaked Canyon. We're going to draw a card. We'll go to combat. We hit Renin 6, so we can swing in for 5, which means we've got them dead next turn. We'll swing at them. We're ignoring Renin 6. They're down to 4, so only one of our champions has to get in and we get them. They scoop it up. Oh my goodness. Oh, we stole game 1. I was just playing for information, hoping we would see what they would turn over with Bob, and we just drew the bolt. And we've won this one. We just hammered them down. Wow. Oh, we win the die roll. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. We're just going to lead on Plains into Judge's Familiar. Pass it there. Opponent leads on Plains and does nothing. Okay, and we've got another Judge's Familiar. Well, we're going to play Sacred Foundry. I'm going to pay 2 life to play it. Run out the Luminarch Aspirant. Beginning of combat. Put a counter on our Judge's Familiar. Get in for 2. Pass it there. Opponent plays a Ghost Quarter and a Thalia. pass to us. All right, we'll play Sacred Foundry. We will pay 2 life. I'm going to run out this Judge's Familiar. I'm going to exile Simian Spirit Guide. Run out a Goblin Rabble Master. Put a counter on our Judge's Familiar. Get in there. Thalia gobbles up our Goblin, and we get in for 3. Opponent's down to 15. Pass it there. Opponent plays a Horizon Canopy. Has the Skyclave Apparition. Okay. Yep, takes our Aspirant. No attacks from our opponent, though. They pass to us. Got a Sunbaked Canyon. Well, we're going to play that and crack it immediately to draw. Another Rabble Master. Okay, I can get behind that. Go to combat, create the Goblin, swing in for 4 in the air, 1 on the ground. Thalia eats it, pass it there. Opponent plays a Giver of Runes and a Stoneforge Mystic. Well, we can't do anything about that. They get the Batterskull to hand. They swing in with the Skyclave. We're going to path it now. All right, our turn. Ghost Quarter as well. Okay. So what do we do here? Play Ghost Quarter. I'm going to keep Ghost Quarter up, run out Goblin Rabble Master, and we're just going to try and swing through them. Get a bunch of goblins. Go to combat. Swing in. Oh, we should have attacked with the illusion. Ah, well. All right. They take 4 down to 5. Okay. Yeah, if we got him with the illusion, we'd have him dead next turn. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. So now they're going to be able to get the Batterskull into play. So we have to be able to kill them before the Batterskull starts gaining life. Eesh. Oh, Batterskull would have been able to block the Goblin token. Maybe that attack doesn't matter too much in the long run. All right. Passes back to us. Oh, okay. Go to combat. Yep. Go to attacks. Attack with everything. Yep. They tap the Stoneforge Mystic. Get a Batterskull. Yep. All right. Where are you blocking? Okay, so they're going to gain 4 up to 9. We're going to hit them for 4 back down to 5. Oh, that attack was really important. We would have had them on 3 life. They would have been dead already. Oh dear. No, we have certainly misplayed here. So we can let the damage go through. They go up to 9. We hit them back down to 5. We bolt the Germ and then hope we can get there. Or we can hit them down to 5, bolt them, and then we're back where we started, except they've killed a bunch of our creatures. They can protect the Germ with Giver of Runes as well. Bit too much maths for me in this one. So I guess we just kind of have to bolt the Giver of Runes and hope we can get there. Oh, that doesn't feel good. All right, we'll target the Giver of Runes. All right, they're staying at 5, so all we did was kill our own creatures. Good work. Okay, so they're going to go up to 9. Oh, and they've got the path for the Judge's Familiar. Well, we're going to sack our smaller one to counter that. They activate their Stoneforge Mystic, and they've got a Maul of the Skyclaves. Oh no, we should have had them. All right, they're up to 10. We're down to 10. They run out an Aether Vial. Pass to us. That's a Flagstones. That's not removal. I mean, I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to pass. All right, we've got 1 turn to draw something. Opponent puts a counter on their Aether Vial. Swings in. Well, we're going to take it. Down to 4. Another Stoneforge. Oh, no. Sword of Fire and Ice in hand. Well, I really don't think Arbiter's going to do much here, so... Sword of Fire and Ice means we can't block, so we're dead. We should have had it. We should have had it. All right, Uriok Champions. All right, we'll go down Rabble Masters. I'm going to bring in some Stony Silencers too, because we're planning on blowing up their lands. We need to stop their vials. And then I'm going to trim 1 each of Cleansing Wildfire, Simian Spirit Guide, and Boom Bust. Run it back like that. Yes, I would like to play first. I'm going to keep this one. Play Inspiring Vantage and run out Giver of Runes. Pass it there. Opponent plays a Plains and has the Aether Vial. Okay, passes back to us. We've got the Simian Spirit Guide too. Judge's Familiar, come on down. Sacred Foundry, yes, I'm going to pay 2 life. Add white, exile for red. Luminarch Ascendant. Put a +1/+1 counter on the Judge's Familiar. Pass the turn there. Opponent puts a counter on their Aether Vial. Plays a Ghost Quarter. Runs out the Stoneforge Mystic. What are they fetching? Batterskull, okay. Passes back to us. Another Simian Spirit Guide. Alright, go to combat. Put a counter on our Judge's Familiar. Swing in for 3. Opponent takes it down to 17. We're going to try to bolt Stoneforge Mystic. Alright, that resolved. That's good. Suppose we could have bolted first, got in with a Luminarch as well. I'm starting to think there's some optimal lines here, and I'm just not taking them. Alright, opponent activates the Vial, puts a Giver of Runes into play. Okay, so if we had bolted the Stoneforge Mystic and tried to get in, we would have had to give protection to white for our Luminarch Ascendant. Opponent ticks up the Vial, plays a Ghost Quarter, activates the Vial. Leonin Arbiter, they're going to double Ghost Quarter us. Inspiring Vantage, yeah, tap it for red. We could have searched then, couldn't we? I play taxes, I knew that line. All right, they run out another Aether Vial. They're going to try and blow up our land in our upkeep now. No, we went to main. All right, well, we're going to play our Sacred Foundry. We're going to pay 2 life. And yeah, we're going to blow up your land. Yep, you blow up one of ours. We blow up one of yours, but you also blew up one of yours. And we got the Boom Bust. Okay, so you've only got your Aether Vials. And we're starting to make our board quite sizable. I'm going to put the counter on the Aspirant. Start getting in. Swing in for 3. Pass it there. We'd have an extra land now as well, if I'd done it correctly. All right, their vials are ticking up. They play a plains. Activate Aether Vial. Skyclave. Oh, targeting our Giver of Runes. Oh, we'll activate it. Targeting the Aspirant. The Aspirant pro-white. Yep, you got our Giver. No attacks from our opponent. Okay, pass back to us. Inspiring Vantage. Don't mind if I do. Who's blow up their planes? Think we do. Target our Inspiring Vantage. Target their planes. All right, they're tapping for mana. Mana goes away. I'm going to put a counter on the Judge's Familiar and hope we can win the race. All right, they're down to 10. A Flicker-Wisp makes us pretty sad here. Got the Ajano Castle. Swing in for 2. Well, we're just going to take it. Down to 14. They pass to us. Oh, we draw a Ghost Quarter. Not bad. Think we'll hold that in hand. Go to combat. I mean, we're going to go for it. +1/+1 counter on the Judge's Familiar. If you got the Flicker-Wisp, you got us, opponent. Congratulations. We swing in for 5. Opponent takes it down to 5. We're going to play the Ghost Quarter. Going to target the Ajano Castle. All right, land down. Fingers crossed they can't deal with this. Got 2 cards in hand. One of them is a Batterskull. 3 cards in hand. 2 unknowns. We got them. Yes. All right, bring in all the Goblin Rabble Masters. Go down all the Boom Busts. Run it back like that. 0 lander. I'm not keeping that. Yeah, I can keep this one. Put a Judge's Familiar to the bottom. I'm going to try and use a fast Goblin Rabble Master to get there. Giver of Runes. Okay. Draw the land too. Okay. Well, Sacred Foundry. Yes, I'll pay 2 life. And Judge's Familiar. Pass it there. Opponent plays a Plains. They've got the Stone Forge. Okay. We have no removal for it this time. And they get the Maul of the Skyclaves instead. Okay, so our flying shenanigans aren't going to go too well this time. Inspiring Vantage. Well, we got to go for the Aspirant. Start putting counters on that Judge's Familiar. Get in while we can. Get in for 2. No attacks from our opponent. No land for our opponent, though. We get a Flagstones. Play Flagstones. Run out Goblin Rabble Master. Target the Judge's Familiar with the counter. Just swing in with the Goblin. Yep, opponent puts them all into play. Oh no, they had the Batterskull in hand. Oh, damn. Well, that's no good. Goblin Rabble Master was a mistake then. Oh boy. And then they get to put the Maul on the Germ token. Ooh, I'm not sure we can keep up with that. Skyclave Apparition. Ugh. Takes the Aspirant. Yup. Gets in with the Germ token. Think we'll take the hit this time. They pass it to us. Well, Sunbaked Canyon, we're just going to draw. That's not helpful. Try and mitigate the life gain our opponent's getting. We're just feeding them life. Ugh. I mean, the hand wouldn't have been any more effective if that was a Boom Bust, would it? Another Giver. Yup. Here comes the Maw. That is a more of the Skyclaves. Well, the good news is we'll be dead soon. They swing in for 6. We take it down to 8. Pass to us. Leonin Arbiter. Yeah, I mean, technically it can keep us alive. I mean, can it? No, it can't, because they just give Skyclave. We can block with the Judge's Familiar. Alright. Technically we're not dead, so we're going to keep playing. Take them off a land. Get a Rabble Master token. Yup, they gain a bunch of life. Wish I had to settle the wreckage. Swings in with the Germ. Well, if they're just swinging in with the Germ, no blocks from us. We're down to 2. They run out an Aether Vial. Pass it there. Alright, another Ghost Quarter. That's us done. Oh, we should have won game 1. We should have won game 1. Ooh, we win the die roll. Yeah, I'm going to keep this hand. We'll go turn 1 Arbiter. Alright, they got an island. They pass it there. Okay. Well, we're going to play the Flagstones. We're going to cast Cleansing Wildfire. Can you counter that opponent? They dismember the Arbiter. We draw a Rabble Master. I like that. Pass it there. They got a Mutavault. Passes. I think Ghost Quarter Rabble Master. They've got the Remand. Okay. Pass it there. Play an island. They pass. We've got a Leonin Arbiter. We'll attempt that now. Wow, Mesmeric Glare. Counter target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Yep, fair enough. Well, we'll just pass it there. Play an island. They run out the Hypnotic Sprite. They must have a counter for this Rabble Master. I mean, even if they do, we've got a Judge's Familiar. Alright, Rabble Master down. Let's start these tokens. Yep, they're going to animate the Mutavault, which is, this is how they're defending against it. I'm okay with it, because this actually takes them down 2 lands a turn to do. Pass it there. They play an island. They've got all the mana in the world. They swing in for 2. We take it. Down to 18. Cleansing Wildfire. I'm going to attempt a Boom Bust, targeting our Flagstones and the Mutavault. They've got the Remand. Okay, well, we'll go to combat. Dismember on our Rabble Master. They're not giving us an inch, are they? Well, we'll go to combat. Swing in for 1. No blocks from our opponent. Down to 11. Alright, pass the turn there. They play an Arborio. They're activating Mutavault. They go to combat. They swing in for 4. Well, Ghost Quarter is going to target your Mutavault. Alright, they get another island, and they get in for 2. Down to 16. They pass the turn, we get another Flagstones. Well, we're going to try and cast Boom, target our Flagstones, target a random island of theirs. Off we go. Alright, that resolved. Flagstones goes off. Yep. We'll get a Sacred Foundry tapped. Swing in for 1. Alright, opponent's down to 10. Pass it there. Cunning Nightmare. Spells with Flash. Cost 1 less to cast. They swing in for 4. We're down to 12. They play a Fairy Seer. Very much in trouble here, aren't we? They play a Gemstone Caverns. We draw yet another Flagstones. Well, we're going to Cleansing Wildfire. Hang on. Target a random island. Alright, it got blown up. Awesome. And we hit the Bolt. Okay. No attacks from us just yet. Pass it there. Opponent plays an island. Swings in for 3. Well, we're just going to take that. So it needs to champion a fairy. So what happens if I go and bolt this in response? And then if I bolt this in response? Champion a fairy. You haven't got any fairies. Alright. That was okay. Pretty happy with that. Oh, now we're playing a Flagstones for no value. That feels gross. Yeah, I mean, we'll play it to search. Thin our deck a little, I guess. Go to combat, swing in for 1. Opponent gets in for 2. They're definitely winning the race. We need something very special to get ahead of them. Another Judge's Familiar. Not exactly what I had in mind when I said special, but you know what? He'll do. Go to combat, swing in for 1. We got a flash creature. Petty Theft. They return it to the hand. Well, hang on. Yeah, that counts as an instant. So I can sacrifice the one they're targeting their Petty Theft, and then their Petty Theft just gets exiled. So they dealt with our 1/1, but we dealt with their 3/1. Run out of Flagstones. Just get a Plains. Pass it there. They get in for 2. Well, we're going to take it. We've got some finishes, so we're hoping we can draw into them. This cycles Cleansing Wildfire and Island. We get a redraw. Boom Bust. I mean, yeah, we could blow up all lands. If we get another threat, we will absolutely blow up all lands. Swing in with the Judge's Familiar. Opponent's down to 8. They swing in for 2. If they got a flash creature, we could be dead. They play the Castle Vantress. Okay. Goblin Rabble Master. Run it out. Vantress is scrying 2. Okay. They put 2 cards on the bottom of their library. Okay. It's good for us. Alright. Dismember the Rabble Master. Okay, they're down to 4. No attacks from us. We can't risk it. We hope to draw another threat. They're scrying again. It's a heck of an engine. Yep. They go to combat, swing in for 2. We're just going to take it. We're down to 1. That is a tap land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6. Well, I guess we're blocking. If they've got removal, they win. They get to scry into it too. They go to combat, swing in for 2. We block. Alright, block worked. Sanctum of Ugin. What on earth is this deck? Pass it there. I mean, Luminarch Aspirant is a creature. So this has to block next turn. So that means it's dying next turn. So then yeah, we're better off getting rid of their scry land than blowing up all lands. Alright, then we get to thin the deck a little more. Just get a Plains. Put a counter on our dude. Pass it there. Ah, that's a Spells Does Bright. Alright, they got us. I think we're keeping it as is and hoping we're fast enough. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, I'm going to keep this one. Flagstones go. Opponent plays an island. Fingers crossed no Spell Snare. Plains. Run out Arbiter. Okay, Arbiter down. Pass to them. Opponent also plays a Plains. Passes back. Well, we're going to attempt to cast another Arbiter. Alright, do they have double Dismember? Alright, they run out Cunning Nightbonder. But we did get a land. Pass it there. Oddly enough, we're also stuck on 2-ish lands. Alright, they can get in for 2, that's fine. Hey, Sacred Foundry, not bad. Well, we'll play Giver of Runes, Sacred Foundry, we will pay 2 life, and run out the Aspirant. Go to combat, put a counter on the Arbiter. I think we're just going to get aggressive, swinging for 5. Yep, Vidillion Clique. They look at our hand. Oh, they're going to be disappointed. Yep, they block. They're down to 18. Pass it there. Play a Castle Vantress. We're just going to take 2 here. We're down to 14. Dismember on the Aspirant. Okay. They pass the turn. Well, we're going to play out Ghost Quarter. Go to combat. Swing in for 2. Opponent takes it. Pass the turn. Opponent plays the Oboro. Passes the turn there. Okay. I like Cleansing Wildfire. That's pretty cool. It's a redraw. Cleansing Wildfire. Target the Castle Vantress. Yep. They pay to search. We get another Cleansing Wildfire. Okay, well, I'm going to attack. Swing in for 2. Opponent takes it down to 10. Pass the turn. In our end step, another Cunning Nightbonder. Eesh. They're getting quite the board. They play a Mutavault. They swing in for 2. Take it down to 12. Lightning Bolt. Well, we'll go to combat. Attack for 2. Cast Bolt on your Nightbonder. Spell Stutter Sprite. Counters our Bolt. They activate Mutavault. Okay, sure. Well, we're going to give Leonin Arbiter protection from colorless. Well, that is certainly the most convoluted way I have ever blown up a land. Pass it there. Opponent casts Dismember on the Arbiter. Then yeah, we're going to attempt to Ghost Quarter them off an island. Yep, they pay to search. They swing in for 5. They pass to us. Simian Spirit Guide. Well, do we just Cleansing Wildfire ourselves? We'll get more lands out of the deck that way. We'll still draw a card because we're not achieving anything by doing it to them. Yeah, okay, we're just going to do it to ourselves. Cleansing Wildfire, our own Flagstones. Yes, we'll use its ability. We're going to get a Plains. Yes, we'll use Flagstone's ability. Get a Sacred Foundry. We're not going to pay life. Now, exile Simian Spirit Guide, and we're going to cast Luminarch Ascendant. Beginning of combat, we put a counter on the Luminarch Ascendant. Hopefully this is something they can't really deal with. Pass the turn there. All right, targeting our own Flagstones. Great idea, me. Right, Mistbind Click comes in. Champion Spell Stutter Sprite. So they're just flashing that in as a big flyer. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Okay, so we need removal for that. Pass. It's not quite what I had in mind. We might still be able to get there though. All right, well, we'll play Flagstones. Go to combat. Put a counter on our Luminarch Aspirant. Attack. Give protection. They've already played 2 Dismembers. So if we go pro blue, even if they have a flash creature, yeah, we'll go pro blue. All right. Now if they, yeah, okay, Cunning Nightbonder, that's fine. All right. So when you cast this spell, tap up to 4 target permanents, and it's colorless. Ugh. Of course it's colorless. Elder Deep Fiend lands, so we don't lose our mana. We're going to bolt them now. Do they block? Ah, they blocked. Yeah, they got us. I felt so clever. All right, we win the die roll. We're going to play first. We are not keeping this. This hand is better. We're going to keep. I'm going to put a Judge's Familiar to the bottom. We're going to lead with Flagstones into Judge's Familiar. Pass the turn there. Opponent leads on a Verdant Catacombs. They crack it. Get an Overgrown Tomb. Untap. Cast an Inquisition. Well, I'm going to sacrifice Judge's Familiar to stop that. Go to our turn. Play a Sunbaked Canyon. Boom. Target our Flagstones. Target their Overgrown Tomb. Let's go. Use its ability. Get a Sacred Foundry. Tap. Pass it there. Opponent plays a Raging Ravine. Enters tapped. Okay. We got no black mana. We draw a path. All right. Well, we're going to go Luminarch Ascendant. Hope they don't have a bolt. Because if they can't deal with this, it'll get out of control very quickly. Pass it there. Blackcleave Cliffs. Scavenging Ooze. Okay. Pass it to us. Simian Spirit Guide. I don't mind that. Well, yeah, tell you what. We're going to exile Simian Spirit Guide. Cleansing Wildfire, targeting the black land. We do draw a land. That's pretty cool. We're going to put into play tap. Go to combat. We get a counter on our Aspirant. Swing in for 3. All right. Opponent takes it down to 14. Pass it there. All right, they got the Verdant Catacombs. They crack it. Get a Blood Crypt. Untapped. Oh, if this is Liliana, it's going to hurt my feelings. Ugh. Yep, Liliana will do it. Okay, sacrifice our creature. They get in for 2. Oh, we're going to path now, because Liliana's just going to make us discard them otherwise, and we're going to take 2 damage for nothing. If we draw a Rabble Master, we're okay. It's not a Rabble Master. Do we just hold it for Liliana? No, we can't. All right, well, we're going to sack this to draw a card. Arbiter. I mean, it's a creature, so they have to remove it, or else Liliana's going to die next turn if they don't get a blocker. So basically, we're hoping they got a handful of lands. Yep. Everyone discards. Bye-bye path. Into a Bloodbraid Elf. Oof, oof, oof. Into a Tarmogoyf. Oh no. So we need to draw exactly path to deal with this. All right, they swing in. We're going to take it. Hope we draw path. That is not a path. That is a land. Yeah, I don't see us coming back from this one. All right, Uriok Champions in. Trim 1 Rabble Master, 1 Boom Bust, and 1 Lightning Bolt, and 1... Is it 1 Cleansing Wildfire? Run it like that. Yes, I would like to play first. Yes, I'm going to keep this hand. Go Flagstones into Judge's Familiar. Pass it there. Opponent leads on a Verdant Catacombs. Doesn't crack it. Okay. We get another Uriok Champion. I like this a lot. Well, Sunbaked Canyon. Run out Uriok Champion. Get in for 1. They get an Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Okay. They're down to 18. Pass it there. They play a Blood Crypt. Untap. Thoughtseize. Do we counter it? They've got the other bit of mana. I think we let it go. They're probably just going to take the Uriok Champion. Yep. All right, and they pass the turn. Arbiter 2. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Leonin Arbiter. We gain a life. Ghost Quarter. We're going to take him off green, as Uriok Champion can deal with everything but green. And hopefully this has stunted them enough that when we put the Aspirant down and start building it, they just can't keep up. All right, they're down to 12. Pass to them. Please tell me they have a fetch land and nothing else. That's a fetch land and nothing else. Okay. And we draw a land. Okay. Well, we're going to play the land tapped. We'll just run out the Aspirant. Gonna gain a life. Go to combat. They scoop it up. All right, writing's on the wall. Do we just run it back like that again? I'd say we do. I mean, I'm not mulliganing against Jund. Not with a hand that's got lands and spells. All right, they play a Verdant Catacombs. They crack it immediately. Overgrown Tomb untapped. Inquisition of Kozilek. Okay. Do you take Bolt, Bolt, or Judge's Familiar, Judge's Familiar? They take a Judge's Familiar. Pass the turn there. Giver of Runes. Run out Sunbaked Canyon. We'll just run out Giver. Judge's Familiar can come down next turn. Pass it there. Yep, they Fatal Push the Giver. They're stuck on one land. Now is the time. All right, we're going to run out Judge's Familiar. Pass it there. And hope we can capitalize with this Rabble Master next turn. They've got the Peatland. Thoughtseize. It's going to take our Rabble Master even if we pay. All right, you got it. Hopefully we draw another finisher then. All right, they pass to us. Arbiter. I don't mind Arbiter. All right, we're going to pay 2 life, run out the Arbiter, go to combat, start getting in. Now, if I could draw some Cleansing Wildfires or Boom Busts, I'd be a very happy man. All right, opponent's down to 14. An Uriok Champion or 2 would be good too. Fatal Push on the Arbiter. Yeah, okay. They're just trying to get us to kill our own dudes. Well, we'll run out a second Judge's Familiar, go to combat, keep getting in. It's only a matter of time till they draw out of it, but if we can hit a land destruction spell or a finisher. Oh, that's a Snow-Covered Swamp. That's a Liliana. Yeah, up or down? They tick up. Okay, well, bolt your Liliana and bolt your face. What do they discard? Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, so they're still stuck on red mana as well. They pass to us. We own an Arbiter. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. We'll run it out. Go to combat. Attack Liliana. Attack them. Well, they're down to 8. If they can't start putting things on the board, we've got them on a 2-turn clock. Scavenging Ooze, yeah, passes the turn. Another Arbiter's not bad. Well, we'll go to combat. Swing this guy for 2. Yep, they eat our Giver of Runes. They stay life neutral though, because they paid a life to do it. Gonna run out our other Leonin Arbiter. And unless they've got removal, I don't really think they can attack this turn. Yeah, they're just gonna eat some creatures, buff up that life total. They do it again. Okay, so they stay at 7 to do it. No attacks from them. They pass to us. Boom Bust. All right, boom. Target one of our Sunbaked Canyons. Target the Overgrown Tomb. Let's go. Big attack. Yep, they're down to 3. Pass it there. So unless they use the green from the Nurturing Peatland to bump the Scavenging Ooze, got a Goyf, but now you're at 2 life. Do you have a land? They don't have it. Okay. All right. They must have not taken into account it was a Peatland. All right. Beautiful. Lovely. Another Jund down. This deck eats Jund for breakfast. Alrighty, we lose the die roll. I'm gonna keep it and hope we're against Tron. Opponent leads on a Mutavault into an Aether Vial. Passes to us. Another Ghost Quarter. Not the worst thing we could have drawn. We will pay 2 life. Just run out of Judge's Familiar. Pass it there. Yep, Vial ticking up. Eldrazi Temple. Okay, well, that's a good target for a Ghost Quarter. Run out Giver of Runes, play a Ghost Quarter, stop on my opponent's draw step, go to combat, swing in for 1, opponent takes it, down to 19, pass to them. They have no colored sources, so maybe Ghost Quartering them is wrong, but also they're probably colorless only. I'm going to gamble that they're only colorless and they're just going to get a waste. So we Ghost Quarter their temple. They didn't even tap it for mana. Okay, they're white. And they've got a temple as well. They play a Giver of Runes. That's okay. That's not a Thought-Knot Seer. So they're white Eldrazi taxes, I guess. Just going to throw a bolt at this Giver of Runes now. Go to combat. Attack with the Judge's Familiar. Suppose we should have Simeon bolted. Go to their turn. Activate Vial. Puts a Thalia into play. Gross. Keep the Vial on 2. Yeah, and their draw step, we're just going to hit that temple again. They get a Snow-Covered Plains. Skyclave Apparition. Taking our Giver? Yep, takes our Giver. Gets in for 2. We're down to 16. Back to us. Rabble Master. I'm going to rush that out, actually. Rabble Master makes his Goblin. Swing in the air for 1 as well. Yep, opponent blocks with the Skyclave. Passes it there. Keeps the Vial on 2. Activates the Mutavault. Swings in. Well, we're just going to take it. We're down to 10. They pass to us. Inspiring Vantage. Well, we'll run out Giver of Runes. Now, they're probably planning on vialing something in. We'll keep Rabble Master back. Just swinging with our 1/1s. Yep, they vial in. Leonin Arbiter. So we can Path, get rid of the Thalia. Path, get rid of the Skyclave, build our own board. All right, we'll see what they do. Yeah, they block. Sure, so they take 1. Path the Skyclave. We get a 1/1 token. They can't search for a land. Pass it there. They're down to 1 card in hand. So unless it's removal, we can swing in pretty freely with the Rabble Master. They can animate the Mutavault, but we can keep Ghost Quarter up. They swing in with Thalia. No blocks from us. They did tick the Vial up to 3 though, so did they draw something last turn? They pass. We'll go to combat, make a Goblin token, swing in, Rabble, and puts the Arbiter in front of the Rabble Master. Well, we're going to give it pro-white. We eat the Arbiter. Pass it to them. Yeah, Stoneforge Mystic. That would be why they threw away the Arbiter. What are they looking for? Sword of Fire and Ice. I mean, if you're going to get one, that's a good one. They pass it to us. Flagstone's not bad, not great. Just play the Sacred Foundry tap. So we could give Rabblemaster Pro White, get in for 4. Or we could, yeah, we'll give it Pro White if they block. Get in. It's not an insignificant amount of damage. They only block with the Stoneforge. Okay. Well, they're down to 8. Pass it there. Play a Mutavault. Yeah. Put the sword down. They equip the sword. Yeah. But can you attack? Could block with the Giver. So if I block with the Giver and they don't have a 3-drop to Violin, I can get in for 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. I can get in for exactly lethal if I block with the Giver. Because they're probably going to hit the Giver with the removal anyway. Yeah, okay, I'm going to block. They pass to us. Boom bust. Doesn't do a lot, does it? Play it anyway. Do we just hope they don't have it? Because we can't block this anyway. So if they've got the Flicker Wisp, they can equip it, becomes a 5/5, and they swing in. Yeah, so we can't stop it anyway if they activate the Mutavaults and everything. Okay, so we're just going to go for it. We're going to hope they don't have it. Let's go. Oh, that is the right call to make then. Whew. So against this deck, Stony Silence can come in. What comes out? Go 1 Judge's Familiar. Oh, is it Judge's? Oh, nah. Might go down 1 Boom Bust. We're going 2 Boom Busts? Yeah, because they've got Arbiters, so Cleansing Wildfires might do better. So yeah, we're going to go down the Boom Busts. Eidolon can beat a Thalia. Do we want that? I mean, Aspirant can beat a Thalia if we put the counters on her or anything else, really. 1 Boom Bust down for an Eidolon of Rhetoric, just as a good blocker. Makes our Giver of Runes better. Yeah, if our Giver of Runes is better than theirs, that's a winning line, I'd say. All right, we'll bring in the 1 Eidolon over a Boom Bust. Yep, we got removal, we got Arbiter into Cleansing Wildfire, and a Judge's Familiar we're going to keep. They lead on an Eldrazi Temple into an Aether Vial. They pass it there. Well, we're going to go Plains, Judge's Familiar, pass. Kind of want them to play an Arbiter next turn. They led on Temples, so they might have Thought-Knot Seer. Oh no, they got Plains. Play an Arbiter, come on. They play nothing. Nothing. That means they got 3 drops or Thought-Knot Seers. Oh, this could be getting rough. I mean, Spirit Guide's not bad. Well, Sacred Foundry. Yes, I would like to pay 2 life. I'll run out the Leonin Arbiter. Go to combat. Swing in for 1. All right, opponent takes it. Pass it there. Ooh, they're vialing in. That's a Giver of Runes. Okay, they're pathing out Arbiter. So they've got Stoneforge. It's frustrating. Okay, Arbiter down. We'll use its ability. Get a Plains. Put a counter on their Aether Vial. Play Horizon Canopy. They crack the Horizon Canopy to draw. That's desperate. Blowing up your own lands against a deck that wants to blow up your lands? Okay. Swinging in with a Giver of Runes. Okay. Are you that pinched? They pass to us. I'm very confused. Draw a path. I'm going to lead on Cleansing Wildfire on that Eldrazi Temple. They'll end up with a basic. Means I'm not scared of Thought-Knot Seer for a while. Draw a Ghost Quarter. I like that. And then yeah, we'll run out Ghost Quarter. Go to combat. Start swinging in. Take it down to 18. Pass it there. All right, Aether Vial's up to 3. They get a Mutavault. There's the Stoneforge. Stoneforge down. What are they searching up? Sword of Fire and Ice. Yep. Passes it there. Okay. Boom Bust. I mean, yeah. Do we do it now? Sacred Foundry. Yes, I like to pay 2 life. Add red. Add white. Cast Boom. Target our planes. Target your planes. We should have targeted our Ghost Quarter. It's all right. We don't need the planes anyway. All right, cool. So that blows up. Then Bolt the Giver of Runes. They're activating Aether Vial. For Flicker Wisp, is it? Okay. So Flicker Wisp. Yeah. Flicker Wisp is going to remove the Giver of Runes. Okay. What are they going to give protection from? Red or white? Do we let it resolve? No, hang on. They've already done it. We can respond. Okay. We exile this. Bolt the Stoneforge. Okay. Go to combat. Swing in with the Judge's Familiar. No blocks from our opponent. Pass it there. So they're getting their Giver of Runes back. Do we have to path the Wisp now? No, because that'll give them the land. They might not have it. They have the land. They run out the Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. Swing in for 3. We'll just take the 3. We're not going to path just yet. We'll wait. Ghost Quarter. Not all that helpful. Path to exile on the Giver in their upkeep. Keep Judge's Familiar back on blocks, even though it won't be able to block. Was an oversight. Ugh, Aether Vial. What are you Aether Vialing in? Archon of Emeria. Okay. Go to the upkeep. Path the Giver of Runes. And then we need to draw Path and Bolt. Yep. Give Flicker Wisp protection from blue. Okay. So then they can put the sword on the Archon. And then for 4/7. Ugh, not looking good. Yeah, that's a sword on the Archon. They swing in for 7. Okay, they kill the Judge's Familiar. I prefer that to the alternative. But then I don't think we can win from here, unfortunately. All right, go to our turn. What do we draw? Lightning Bolt. Yeah, that's not going to do it, unfortunately. Yeah, they got us. Damn, okay. Yeah, it's a shame. Can't win from there. We sideboard correctly. Stony Silence is good because it stops them putting their equipment on and it stops their Aether Vials. So I think that's the way to go. Nothing else seems really worth it, does it? All right, keep it like that. Yes, I would like to play first. It's got a lot of our finishes. Yeah, we'll keep it. Start on plains, go. Maybe they can't deal with the Aspirants getting really big. They start on a Ghost Quarter. All right, well, that means we're leading on Aspirant, not on Arbiter. Ooh. Draw our own Ghost Quarter, though, so maybe next turn. Flagstones, Luminarch, Aspirant. Put a counter on it. Although Ghost Quarter and Aether Vial generally means you don't have white mana. Yep, put a counter on the Aether Vial. Got the Shepherd Dunes. Okay. Into the Stoneforge. Gross. Batterskull. They pass to us. Sacred Foundry. So we can get a Rabblemaster down pretty quick. Run out Arbiter. We try and take them off white and get Ghost Quartered back, but then that's them Ghost Quartering themselves. Because we have lands. So even if they Ghost Quarter us off one of ours, we're going to play another one, play another Aspirant. Yeah, I think we do it. We're going to try and take them off white. Okay. Go to combat. Put a counter on our Aspirant. Swing in for 3. Opponent takes it down to 16. Pretty soon the Aspirant's going to be bigger than a Batterskull. Alright, they got the Giver of Runes. That's a little frustrating. Alright, they put a counter on their Aether Vial. They've got the plains. Ugh, that is incredibly frustrating. Got a Sunbaked Canyon though. Run out the Aspirant, play a Sacred Foundry tapped. Put counters on our Aspirant. So they can put Batterskull into play, and then they can give it pro white. So they can't kill our thing, but it's not particularly helpful. All right, we're not going to attack just yet. And they could vial something in and double block. Yeah, we're not going to risk it. We're going to pump up our entire board before we start swinging in. Yep, Stoneforge Mystic puts a Batterskull into play. So we're not going to play this Rabblemaster just yet. Vial ticks up. Fingers crossed no Flicker Wisp. They've got the Horizon Canopy. Skyclave Apparition, of course. They take our big Aspirant. Swing in for 4. No blocks from us. They pass it there. Cleansing Wildfire. Well, we'll start with that. Plains or Ghost Quarter. We've got plenty of lands, so plains, I guess. We draw into a Stony Silence. Okay. Play Sunbaked Canyon, run out Stony Silence. Opponent activates Aether Vial. Flicker Wisp, targets their Skyclave. Okay. Beginning of combat, we're going to put a counter on the Illusion. Can't be targeted by what our opponent's doing with the Apparition. We'll just pass it there. Skyclave takes our other Aspirant. And now all we need to do is separate the Germ from the Batterskull somehow. Alright, they swing in. I'm going to take it for now. Ghost Quarter. These aren't very helpful. Alright, we're going to draw a card. Our own Giver of Runes. Play out Ghost Quarter. Run out Giver of Runes. Pass it there. Put a Sword of Fire and Ice onto the battlefield. Okay. Can't equip it to anything though. Suppose we could have Ghost Quartered them in the end step as well. Swing in. How do we get out of this? We double block the Germ. The opponent has to give it pro something. We then have to draw removal and removal for the Flicker Wisp. We don't have double removal in the deck. Do we just throw Arbiter under the bus? Okay, if we double block, they activate Giver, we get removal for the Germ. We take the Germ away. We're down to 5. We play out Rabblemaster. Rabblemaster can block the Skyclave Apparition. They swing in for lethal. We block the Germ token with 1. They keep the Germ. They get in for 3, so we're still down to 5. And then next turn they swing in, we have to block the Germ again. We're still dead. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like there's any way around it, so we just kind of have to hope they misplay. Which, yay, that's where you want to be. Double block it is. Oh, if I had a Lightning Bolt in hand. They give the Germ protection from white. Yep, we're down to 5. They pass to us. Oh. Ugh. Gross. Okay. I don't know how we get out of this. I don't think we can. Alright. Run out the Rabblemaster. Gonna give him some life with this token, aren't we? Yeah, they block with the Germ. Gain a bajillion life. They're up to 30. Ugh. If we'd led on Arbiter. If only we'd led on Arbiter. Yeah, okay, they're just showing off now with the Ghost Quarters. Yeah, trust me, opponent. Our issue has not been lacking in a number of lands. They're only swinging with the Flicker Wisp? Okay, well, we're down to 2. Hey, another blocker. Can't block a flyer. That's the game. Well, just to return the favor, we'll blow up their land. Show them we had plenty more, and we're going to scoop it up there. So what did we think of Rebus's Boom Bust deck? I had a great time playing it. Very reminiscent of Taxes. We've got Judge's Familiar taking the place of our Thalia, Leonin Arbiter, Taxes Staple, Ghost Quarters, very good. The deck loves to beat up Jund, and I love beating up Jund, and so I'm a huge fan of that, and I'll never say that's a bad thing. The deck really struggles against Taxes, and it's kind of unfortunate. We got a couple of games where we just got there against them, but no, just that last game as well. We played the Arbiter. And the other Taxes game, we lost because we made a mistake attacking and not attacking with a token. Ugh, so disappointing. To beat Taxes with this deck, you have to play perfectly, and you have to have a lot of luck in your draws. And it's really unfortunate that we actually had the second half of that. We had a lot of luck in our draws in one of those games, and then we missed one attack, just one attack. And if we had got it, I'm pretty sure we would have won, and that's disappointing. But yeah, the deck seems pretty cool. Simian Spirit Guide into Leonin Arbiter is a very fun turn one. The Luminarch Aspirant, I really dig this card. So at the beginning of combat, you get to put the +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And we can buff our Judge's Familiar, we can buff our Goblin Rabble Master, our Leonin Arbiter, or we can buff itself, and by the time it can attack, it can be a 3/3, which is really good. It means it's a 2-mana version of Rabble Master, kind of. It's a very different effect from Rabble Master, but it has the same impact on the game. It is an escalating threat that an opponent has to answer, and if they can't answer it, it will spiral out of control, much like Rabble Master. And with Giver of Runes, I feel like that's a really cool engine, and I might try it in a more traditional Taxes shell with Giver of Runes, just to get full advantage of that. Sideboard, no enchantment hate. We've got Stony Silence for artifact hate, but no enchantment hate, and I can't help but feel that maybe that's a little bit wrong. I know really you're not too worried, but there's no way for this deck to deal with a Clothis from Jund, except for waiting for them to get enough devotion that it becomes a creature and you can path it, and we're only running the 2 paths. Overall, deck seems pretty great. I would have loved to have had a positive record. Unfortunately, we didn't get there today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway, and until next time, have fun.